These guys, you know, they are the masters and the experienced people, so listen to them carefully.
Actually, we have quite a good system in Austria because when you turn 18, you have to go to the army. So if you are qualified in an Olympic class, you can do the sports part of the army, and then you get the salary out of that. So, but you have to be always in the top level. So you have to be qualified always for this. So it's always a little pressure on you. And later on, I mean, what we did, we're looking for sponsors who are supporting us for the Olympic campaigns, and then you can live out of that. But you still have to be always in the top level. So it's always about
winning,
being the top, winning, and yeah, I mean, it's everywhere in every business. I mean, it's always you have to be in top levels, and you have to do well, and then you get all the money. So
yeah,
it's everywhere the same.
That's how it works. Yeah, athletes, sports at the top level.
And that's what you try to achieve. It's quite hard, but we like what we do, and in the end, if you can live like we do, I think it's not the worst.
Well, I think we are very fortunate. Dina, quickly, how do you prepare yourself to be handling high pressure situation in an America's Cup event, for example, at the very top end of the sport? And you've been involved in America's Cup in several very close situations. How do you manage the pressure?
Well, I think it's pressure's good. It sort of forces you to be to perform at your optimum level. So much of that is driven by how much confidence you have in the people around you, and if you've got complete trust in those people, then it allows you to do your job well. So I think there's no substitute for being put in tough situations a lot of the time, and you sort of I wouldn't say you ever get comfortable with it, but I think it's just you understand how to deal with the different emotions, from nerves and what have you, to actually being able to sort of do what you want to do on the day. So it's not easy. Some days you go out there and you have an absolute blinder, and it's very hard to put your finger on exactly why that particular day has been better than any others. But if you could find that space every time you went out in a race, well, you'd be unbeatable.
That's true. Now, kids, listen to this very carefully. Another question for you, Din. Would you advise these kids to work really hard, the kids that are here, to work really hard in order to one day become a professional sailor? Would you advise them?
Well, I guess the first question is, how many of you would rather go to school than go sailing?
I'm not sure the parents will like this one.
There's no substitute for hard work. It's not something that you're necessarily going to just pick up. There's obviously natural talent, and all the guys that are sailing here in this series, there's a lot of natural talent around, and you wouldn't achieve good results without it. But there's certainly no substitute for hard work along the way as well. You have to dedicate everything to it. If you want to achieve the highest level, you've got to be prepared to give up everything, a lot of sacrifice. Particularly when you sort of get to that age when you've got to decide whether it's
I know where you're going.
Boys and girls or sailing. But anyway, we'll leave that one. But yeah, there's certainly no substitute for hard work.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Roman, just a quick one for you. How did you win 2 Olympic gold medals? How can you do that? Not that you don't have the talent, don't get me wrong. How can you do that? Gold medals, come on.
I mean, you always have some goals which you want to achieve, and you start as a kid like they started. So you want to win some club racing, and then later on you go in the Olympic classes, you want to win national championships, European championships and world championships. And the highest goal what you can achieve in sport is an Olympic medal. So when you start, you don't know about it, because you start because you have fun, But later on, you realize, okay, there's something what is really high in the sport, which is the one thing you want to achieve. And we always dreamed about it, so we put everything into it. We worked quite hard, quite long, and it took me almost 15 years to get there. And in the end, when you have done it, you're really satisfied. And
but you went for more. You had one, and then you went for more.
Yeah. Normally, you should stop when you're on the top.
That's what I thought.
But sailing is a good sport. You can continue quite long. So it's not just about the physics. It's also a lot of other things around. And we had quite a good team behind us. Already in 2000, and we said, okay, we continue till 2004 because we're still young and we can do it. We know how to do it, so we tried again, and it worked out fine. And yeah, in the end we said, okay, why not 3? So we did China again, and we said, this is our last Olympics, so if we're successful, it's fine. If not, it's also fine with 2.
Yeah.
And in the end, we said, okay, we had a perfect sailing in Olympics, in the Olympic circuit. We stop now. Doesn't matter which place we end up, but I think when you're once up there, getting your medal, your anthem, you know what you're working for. So,
well, it must be an awesome feeling, that.
Yeah, it's really awesome. So you have some tears in your eyes, and it's unbelievable. So I think everybody should try, if he has the talent and he has support, he should try to get there and to do it.
Well, yeah, obviously, apart from winning the Extreme Sailing Series, the second best would be to win an Olympic medal or the America's Cup, I suppose. Or maybe right up there.
I don't know, when you start to just think about Olympics, not further on. So
Yeah, no, fantastic. Chris, we're going to wrap up this show, but tell us, you've been involved with Oman and Oman Sail. You won the Extreme Sailing Series in 2009. So tell us how they are getting the youth into sailing in Oman. I mean, it's quite an example, Oman at the moment, Oman Sail. So how are they doing?
Yeah, I mean, I've had involvement with them on and off since they very first began, and we went to Oman and the first winter that they started, and there was 5 of us that sailed the Extreme 40 and 6 guys and the guy who was the boss, and we were taking them sailing in laser PKs and things like that, and now it's a huge company with a big infrastructure that's developing for youth sailing, for bringing people into the sport, getting people literally started day sailing through to a youth scheme, through to Olympic aspirations, and at the same time doing things like this and the Mod 70 and other projects alongside. So it's an incredible effort that they're putting into the sport. They've seen that there's a real opportunity there with a stunning environment to take advantage of, and just a new interest for the youth of Oman, and it's a beautiful job that they're doing. There's some great places to sail, and it's really developing very fast.
So really, it's something that everybody look up to at the moment, Oman Sail.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, sport is massively on the up in Oman, and at the moment, they're kind of petrol heads. You know, they feel very cheap. They've got lots of big cars, and they love football as well. And but they've got some beautiful sailing water, and Oman's doing a great job of attracting people to the sport of sailing from grassroots level at primary schools, sort of thing, and hopefully bringing them through. And I think their goal is in sort of 8-10 years there could be someone medaling at the Olympics for Oman.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, is there any questions that we haven't covered with these 3 skippers before we wrap up?